before any of that, I want you to think about this number, 19.
19?
That's a good number.
That's a good number. It was a good time.
Yeah, that's a good time. That was actually the last year that I wanted to start counting my birthdays.
Really?
Yeah.
Already at that age?
Yeah, I know. What is wrong with me? She started her first business at 19 years old, no degree, no money, no business plan, just a girl who watched someone she loved suffer and decided to do something about it. And then the business failed. And then she started another one. And then she started another one. And that's the one that we're going to talk about. Or maybe it's the one after that.
She sounds like my kind of girl.
Yeah, I like her a lot. And she started that one when she was 28. 3 months after having a baby with $500.
Oof.
And that's why I chose this story, because I can very much feel how close postpartum she was since I did that last year. And I can't imagine starting a business 3 months after having a baby.
With $500.
With $500. Exactly. And
I mean, we're doing it. But.
yeah. Oh, true. Less than $500. No. So her name is Kendra Scott.
Ooh.
And I'm excited to tell you about her. I've been like wanting to text you things like about her this week. I was like, oh no, not saying anything. Okay. So, hi, welcome to Fine, I'll Do It. I'm Jen.
And I'm Faith.
And every episode we study successful women who we can learn from. So we're both deep diving into mom entrepreneur, and we're sharing the actual story, not the highlight reel that we see online. And we're going to just see what we can get out of their stories, and yeah.
Less case study, more. Yeah. Less interview, more case study.
More case study, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we had a little bit of technical difficulties through our episode where we dropped the audio a couple times. We'll get better at this. So I'm going to fill in a little bit of the missing blanks that we missed. So this is the story of Kendra Scott. She's widely known for a jewelry company, a jewelry brand named Kendra Scott, where she started from her spare bedroom with $500 and a 3-month-old baby. We chose this story because she has gone through so many failures. She had failed businesses. She had failed marriages. She had 2 children in the middle of building. Her first son was 3 months old when she started making the jewelry by hand. So I think that this is such a great story to start with because of all the failures and the hardships and the personal difficulties that she went through, where most people would have quit. She kept going. So that's why we are here today. We're going to be talking about the pain points, how she moved on, what failures led to the next step, how she got through them, and hope that you feel a little less alone in your journey with your family, with your children, and the thing that you're trying to build.
So Kendra Scott's beginning, she started in Wisconsin, which I thought, I'm already very related to her. My whole family is in Wisconsin. So
Jen's a Wisconsin girly.
Kind of. My family's Wisconsin based. I only spent a couple years there, like in between high school.
Okay, so, we won't get into the full history.
Yeah, let's not do that. That's way too much. Okay, so anyways, she's from Wisconsin. Farm family, hardworking. So at 16, that's the backstory of Wisconsin. That's it. So at 16, the family moves to Houston. She goes to high school in Texas. She's now a Texas girl. She goes to college for 1 year and then drops out at 19. So not because
relatable.
Drop out?
Oh, I dropped out.
Oh, really? Yeah. Nice. I feel like people who do things drop out.
Yeah.
That's okay, cool. So she didn't drop out because she failed. She just had a chat with her dad and was like, this college thing is not for me. And
she dropped out of college.
Yeah.
Oh, not relatable.
Wait, who did you think?
I dropped out of high school.
Oh, high school. Dang. That's impressive. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
Okay, college.
We're going to find out probably a lot about each other actually doing this podcast.
Yes.
Okay, so she dropped out of college after 1 year, and she wants to move in with her mom and stepdad because her stepdad has brain cancer. And so she's like, I want to go spend time with them, kind of help her mom. And so this is
very honorable of her.
Yeah. So she's like, she talks a lot about how family is like her number one thing. So so that's where she is today. Not today in the story. She is today. Oh, I missed all of this. Okay, so Rob, her stepdad, is going through chemo. He loses all his hair, and Kendra keeps noticing that he cannot find a hat that is comfortable and actually looks good. And they keep bothering him. So she's like, I'm going to make hats for cancer patients so they can wear something.
I love a woman who solves a social issue.
Yeah. So she was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And I thought it was so like honorable, like such a nice why.
Yes.
I wish that this had a good outcome. So she's 19 at this point. This is her first business.
Yeah.
So she starts the hat the company called the Hat Box. And she's selling stylish, comfortable hats designed specifically for chemo patients. And on opening day, her little shop, the only people that show up are her stepdad, Rob, and her mom. Nobody else.
Gotta love those parents, man.
I know.
Oh, love them or hate them.
Well, she needed them because no one else came. And her best day in the 5 years of running this store was 3 orders. So times were rough. This business was not
been there.
Blown it out of the water. I mean, I feel like we all have. If we're doing anything, something has failed.
Yeah.
So she moved locations three times trying to save it, trying to get to a better location, a better leasing option. She knew, I mean, I don't even know how she stayed open for 5 years, honestly.
Most people would have given up for sure.
Yeah, so this girl has stamina.
Yeah.
So she did this from 19 to 24. And around that time is when Rob actually died. It was really sad. And reading the book, I actually cried at that part. It was really, really sad. And he's only 47 years old. So it was her stepdad. His last words to her were "do good." So I guess he's kind of was losing his speech throughout the progression of the disease. And he wanted to say she was doing good, but all he could get out was "do good." And she uses that kind of as a mantra, and it's really sweet and sad. And
yeah, I can relate. I lost my dad to cancer at 59. He was 59. Oh, wow. He gave me a lot of advice before he passed in the 32 days that we had. So I get it. Yeah. The story will be good.
Yeah, man.
We're not going to cry.
Yeah. So she closed the Hat Box after 5 years, and it happened to be downpouring rain, kind of movie-esque, of course. And as she shut down everything, it's pouring rain. She's walking away from her first business that was for her dad, or her stepdad, and she turns around to have one last look at the business that she closed down, and the sign on the door says "open." And instead of going back and turning the sign off, she just left it and walked away from this closed thing.
I might cry.
I was like, oh, that's really I don't know, it felt like a mindset thing that she was just she closed it, but she wasn't letting that destroy her entrepreneurial spirit. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Okay, so here's what she said about that experience later. She called that failure her MBA and her college degree combined. Everything she learned about customers, about operations, about what didn't work and why, she learned there on real money, on real time. So the Hat Box didn't fail her, it educated her. And so that's what she calls that her education. I was like, that's pretty good. Take your failure and be like, no.
Yeah, people have told me that before. When I wanted to start my business, they were like, at the minimum, you're going to learn a lot. And then they also said there's no way you can lose all your money in a year.
That's encouraging. I like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Too. Okay, so the Hat Box is closed. She's 24 years old, no degree, a failed business on her resume. She needs income. So she gets a job selling ad space at a local magazine. Not glamorous, but turns out she's good at it. She's obviously a hustler. She kept a business open for 5 years on like nothing. She's hustling.
What was she eating?
I don't know. I think she was
living with her
She was
parents.
still living with her parents at that time.
They were feeding her.
So yes, so she's living. This is where she is after the hat store. So she doesn't have credentials. She has reps. She has years of them.
Yeah.
And then this is the part that I keep coming back too that I felt like a lot of other places glossed over. So she launches her own public relations company called Glitter PR. And this was her second business that she launched as a consulting business with the experience of failing a business. I was like, wait, what? I mean, delusional, but amazing.
The best people are delusional.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you kind of have to be in business a little bit. Like you have to psych yourself up or just like not let the negative vibes anything.
You'd never make it if you weren't a little delusional. Everybody's always telling you no, you can't do that in one way or the other.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was like really something. That was something that I needed to find in the story because I tend to be like, well, this is the steps, and she's running her own PR firm, and it's a temporary thing. She went into it because she wanted the flexibility,
right,
to build her own schedule while she's pregnant,
which is a lot of foresight on her part.
And just how many moms do you know that would want that flexibility while pregnant?
Every single one.
I knew that when I got pregnant, I was in the ER and I wanted to quit immediately. I was like,
I honestly don't know how pregnant women are working. I didn't. I'm very privileged. I'll say it right now.
Wow, that is nice. I felt like I was mediocre nurse, and then when I was pregnant, I was I was becoming less than mediocre.
I'm impressed by all pregnant women working, and I am privileged.
You do what you got to do, but
I mean, wait. I want to say for everybody, I was working, but not in the capacity that I was before, and it was a complicated situation. I worked for family, so I could get away with a lot.
Gotcha.
I was working.
Go there. Anyways, okay. A quote in the book she talked said, negative voices are always the loudest, but are they true?
Hell no.
And I think that's really important because, yeah, we all have negative voices, and she just didn't let hers get in the way, even though she failed. She straight up failed. And I was looking back. So when her first business, the Hat Box, I'm like curious how people fund their businesses, especially when they're first starting. And when she dropped out of college, her dad gave her $20,000.
Her stepdad or her dad?
Her dad, biological dad, because he had saved money for her to go to college. And when she told him this was not for her, she was also wanted to move to be with her mom and stepdad to take care of the stepdad while he was going through chemo. Her dad, biological dad, was like, totally fine. That's what you're going to do. Let me give you the money.
$20,000 for a hat company for cancer
that I have been saving for you to go to college. Here's your college fund. So it was even more painful and more of an embarrassment when she failed because she blew the money that her dad gave her. So that's the money she used for the first company.
Yeah, the Hat Box.
The Hat Box. So rest in peace, the Hat Box.
Yeah, and God bless Mr. Scott.
Yeah. Rob
Scott.
Yes.
Is his last name Scott? Or maybe she got married and her name changed. God bless Kendra's father.
Yes. Both of them. Both of them. Okay, so we talked about, then she went into the PR glitter company. She wanted the flexibility. So now she's pregnant with her first son at 28. Baby boy is born. Her husband, it sounds like, I had to kind of dig for this a little bit. Her husband is in between jobs. So the PR company it sounds like kind of like floating her, but also not doing amazing. So in this kind of like in between time, she takes a jewelry making class. And so she was kind of making jewelry as she's running her little PR firm. And people are noticing her jewelry and like asking her about it. And can you make me some? And she's like, oh, maybe I can make you some jewelry. So in her spare bedroom of their place, she takes $500.
Another $500 investment?
Yes. So like that was the beginning of the jewelry company. She had $500 and didn't really have the luxury to do this as like a side hustle. It sounded like she needed something to work because, again, her husband was sounds like in between jobs. So they needed something more than what her PR company was doing.
And she can't just blow $500. She's got a kid.
And she's got a kid already.
And she's floating the husband.
Yeah. They're so a little, stressful beginnings. Yeah. So she realizes she might have something with the jewelry as people are kind of noticing the stuff that she's making for herself, and she goes for it. So she has her son in a pack strapped to her. She has a little box of jewelry that she's made, and She actually didn't even have like this beautiful little display jewelry, whatever you display jewelry on. I don't know. Right. But she went around her house and she's like, what could I take to stores? Like, what could I present my jewelry in? Yeah. And she had a wooden tea box. Yeah. And she's like, oh, this would be perfect. It smells nice when you open it. I don't need to spend any money on it. Like, let's go. So she packs up her jewelry and then goes to all these little boutiques in Austin, and she's trying to get people to make orders, and then she'll fill them. And she talked about how she didn't know if people like felt bad for her, like if they wanted to buy from her because they like the jewelry, or if they just felt bad for her because she like is clearly needing some help because she's bringing her baby along on these pitches.
I want to say that they didn't feel bad for her because I have people approach me all the time about carrying things in my store, and I'm like, no, sorry, I don't care.
Yeah.
Unless it's good.
Yeah. Okay.
You know? That's how I feel. That's just me personally.
Yeah. So she was turned down many times on this first day where she's walking around trying to sell her jewelry with baby Cade. Yeah, baby Cade on her chest.
After her chest.
And the last place of the day, she stops at this boutique and this woman likes her jewelry. Mm-hmm. And not only that does she place an order, she also wanted to buy her sample box. So she wrote her a check and she walked right there.
Cash on delivery.
Yes. So she was like, okay, I think I have something here.
You know, there's a girl who is my friend who I know is going to watch this episode, and I think she'll be inspired by Miss Kendra.
I'm inspired by Miss Kendra. Okay, now I have to find where I am. Okay, so we're past this part. Okay, so I just want to preference like the timeline and like age because I feel like that's relatable. So she's 28 at this point when she has $500 to throw into jewelry making, and she has her first child. So she's 28, and she is building wholesale business. So she's selling to the boutiques sell to customers, and she's doing everything. She's designing, she's selling, invoicing, managing, and her boys are growing up in the office. So now she has 2 boys now. She's like has the second one at 30. Wow. So she's got both boys. Dude,
like relatable.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Sure. You're with your 2 boys. So like the kids are just there. She has the pack and play in the office. They're coloring on print paper. When they're a little bit older, they're sorting gemstones by color. They're like helping out a little bit with stuff, but like, and then they're in school, they're doing homework in there. So the boys are there.
She's doing better than I am. Like as a mom. Like she's holding it down.
She was holding it down, which I feel like a lot of this also kind of depends on like the kids that you have, because I'm trying to think of like Ozzy, having him in here. I've tried. After I was reading this story, I was like, I just need to be more like Kendra. I need to have the baby in here. Let me try to do nap time so I can get some work done in the office, and he'll be better because he's around me. He just screamed, and I was like,
Enzo, he could be there, but he would be in charge. He would be running the business.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be me. It'd be him. He'd be like, actually, Mom.
Yeah. So, I mean, I love that, like, in the situation, she had to make things work, and she had the kids that, like, allowed her to make things work.
Because that is not always the case.
It's not.
God.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has their own journey, and I guess you just kind of figure it out. But I love that her kids, like, let her, like, they were a part of it, and it somehow worked. Because that's the part that I'm always curious about. Like, we have little kids.
I'm sure she had rough days.
I'm sure she had rough days,
Please come get my children. I'm sure.
And I really wanted to read that in the book, but her book just didn't talk about.
Some editor edited that out.
I was like, wait, tell me more about how you put them down for a nap in the office and everyone's still there working. Like, I need to know. Were you like blackout curtains in the office? So she did it, and that's all that we know. Okay, so
we can extrapolate.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. So, okay, now she's 32. Her marriage, unfortunately, is kind of falling apart. So she's got young boys.
Yeah.
Goes through a divorce. But the company is kind of building. It's exploding a little bit. She hits $1 million in revenue at 32 years old. We're so good.
She hits $1 million in revenue off her jewelry company that she started out of a tea box?
Yeah. I know.
$32 million?
Yeah.
How long did it take?
So she started at 28 and she's 32 now. So like 4 or 5 years, she already is hitting $1 million.
There is hope.
I do need to know more about that because I feel like
somebody must have came in and invested in.
Not yet.
No,
not yet.
Just $32 million out of a tea box.
So around this time, she starts getting publicity because there was a spring fashion show and somebody famous wore her stuff. And I the name is in my notes.
We'll put that in the comments.
Okay, yeah. Yes, I'm forgetting the exact person who wore her stuff. So now she's kind of recognized. Her brand is recognized.
Yeah.
This is when she hits 1 million. So she got some notoriety from this person wearing her jewelry. Okay,
That's
so
making sense.
yeah, because I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. So people know her now. She's national. And here's something about wholesaling. Oh, about the business side of things that I think is wild. So she's invoicing on what's called like net 60 and net 90, which means that she delivers jewelry to boutiques. So everything is like wholesale.
Right.
And she waits that means she waits 60 to 90 days to get paid, or 2 to 3 months. So while she still needs to buy supplies and operate today, she's waiting for these invoices to come through and get paid.
Cash flow is hard.
So the business looks successful on paper, and she's still scrambling every month.
Yes, cash flow.
That part, I was like,
Relatable.
oh man, that is so relatable. We're doing real estate and we're investing in mobile home parks. And I am like asking that question, I feel like every month, because you have such large expenses when you have infill and all the septic and all these like major projects, but then you're collecting, like for us mobile home parks, it's like a couple $100 per lot. And I'm like,
the bills keep coming.
It's crazy. Yeah, so the cash flow, like the successful business on paper and then the cash flow.
Yeah. Not always meeting up.
It does not meet up sometimes like
Quickly.
you think it should.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of terms in business. Like even so going back to like when she hits $1 million in revenue, like in my mind, and a few years ago when I heard that, I'm thinking she's got $1 million business. That's incredible. You can have $1 million company and be cash flowing nothing.
Yeah, because her product is probably expensive. Metals are expensive, precious jewels. I'm assuming she's using like gold and silver and precious jewels.
Employees
and labor.
Like, and like a leasing expense, like there's operational expenses. So there's a lot of things in business that sound incredible. And then on paper, it's like, well, I want $1 million in the bank.
Did you see me at the bank this morning with my profit and loss on a Post-it note?
Yeah.
Let's go on paper. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that was something that I really resonated with, and I was like, I feel that pain. Oh, here's in the notes, Oscar de la Renta.
Ooh.
Is that name?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
My mom loves Oscar de la Renta.
Okay, so that's who wore her jewelry.
Oh, easy. I don't know about back then, but like now he's well known. Beautiful.
Okay, I just
close.
I'm a fashion idiot. I don't know
Maybe
anything.
if we have some editing skills, we'll drop a picture of my mom and an Oscar.
Oh yeah, cool. That would be really cool. Yeah, have some visuals. I like that. Okay, so this is all happening. She's 34. Things are like going up. She's making some money. She's figuring out the cash flow stuff. 2008, the financial crash hits.
I remember that. I was not that old, but I remember.
I am like, where was I? I was 18 and I have no recollection of this.
My dad said, we're not going out to eat and we're not going shopping anymore. He's like, I looked at my receipts.
Yeah.
We're not going. And that's all we did.
My dad is in healthcare, so I feel like healthcare, it's just like, they didn't really fill it.
My dad did. He was CEO of a hospital at that time.
Okay, so her wholesale accounts, she's selling to the boutiques, department stores carry her jewelry line, and overnight, the crash happens, things kind of go dark. Phone numbers are disconnected, stores are closing. She is 100% wholesale, and now
nobody can pay their bills.
Nobody can pay them, so they're not buying her jewelry. So every single dollar she earns are flowing through those people's accounts, which their accounts are now going bankrupt. Yeah. So they're all gone. So she goes to investors. She gets told no over and over and over. And as a woman in Texas, in a fashion company, like nobody's trying to invest in that when things are going south. So she's on the kitchen floor crying. She thinks that is it. She's now been building for 12 years and everything's falling apart. She thinks she's done.
Yeah.
So we're at the point where she's tried to get investors and not happening. She finally gets a meeting with the president of her bank, and the bank president is a woman, and she is a Kendra Scott customer.
Oh, and how lucky to get with the president of the bank.
Yes. So This is after she's been turned down and she thinks she's closing. So this woman already knows her brand. She's wearing her jewelry. So that matters more than any pitch deck she could have walked in with. This woman's worn the jewelry. She understood the brand. She understood what it felt like to be a piece of Kendra Scott and feeling something already.
Right.
And when Kendra walked in and laid out her plan, I need to stop being wholesale. I need to go direct to my customer. I have an idea that, and it didn't exist yet. So the banker like had this relationship with her, having been through her product line, and
Right.
she listened, and she gave her, or they agreed, like $700,000 line of credit.
Wow.
And in the book, it did not say a number. It just said she got a line of credit.
Yeah. Not when she had to pay it back or anything like that. But I've always heard whenever you're going to get investors, it's always best to look in your close-knit group or people who already know who you are. So good call on her part.
For going to her bank. Yeah, the Forbes interview, she did an interview with Forbes, and they were the ones that said it was 700. So I don't know if it's, I guess we're gonna go with 700.
We're gonna trust Forbes.
Yeah, we're gonna trust Forbes. So that line of credit is
helping her cash flow.
Helping her stay awake, stay in business. Yeah. Because, I don't know if I said this before. My storytelling will get better. When the crash happened, like, she was using a line of credit from her bank, but they called the note at the crash. And so that's why everything was kind of going under. First of all, like, her customer was not buying from her, and the bank called the note.
Yeah.
So she needed
close her line of credit.
Yeah.
Because the bank was going under or what? I guess we'll never know.
I just think they couldn't afford her investment. Like, yeah, so
you can do that. I think your
Yeah,
FDIC
no,
approved. This one is 2008 when the FDIC like happened.
What is that?
It's the FDIC backs banks up to $250,000 if you were to like get back to your account, but I don't know if it applies to loans. So that could just I don't know.
I don't know.
We need to further research this.
All I know is that the bank called her note. She did not have the funding to keep her alive in between all the invoices that are paid late.
That could happen to me. Like if I got a loan and the bank could be like, "Sorry, we're crashing."
Yeah. They could be like, "Sorry, calling it."
I'm looking into this.
Pretty sure. Don't quote me. I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm not expecting you to know, but I'm looking into it.
I'm not a banker. I'm trying to tell a story here.
Sorry. I have questions.
No, you're supposed to have questions. Okay, the point is, she found a woman who related to her, who knew her story. Now she's got a line of credit to keep her open and like back her new idea. So she was needing to pivot. This crash happened. She needed to pivot. So lesson to draw from this, and I think it's one of the more important ones from the book, is that the relationship was the asset, not the pitch, not the financials. The relationship she had spent years building with the women who wore her jewelry. That was what saved her company. Yeah. It was the relationship. She didn't know she was building a safety net when she was taking care of her customers.
Yeah, customer service first, always. So she
Yes.
was filling orders. That just tells me that she's probably filling orders when she probably couldn't, and she was doing everything that she could to fill these orders.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
So that those other businesses could stay open.
Yeah.
And so that other customers could buy their jewelry.
Yep. So I keep hearing this. Apparently, relationships are important.
Yep, they are.
Okay, so now we're hitting another era. So this is another pivot. She said each time that like basically a huge monumental thing would happen, like the crash, she would pivot and then the business would do even better. So she mentioned like don't let fear like ground you, because every time she ran into this massive obstacle, this is when her company exploded. So the next chapter of her story, she's 36. She's been in business for almost 10 years, and with that line of credit, she makes a move that nobody around her fully understands. She finds a space in South Congress Avenue in Austin. Apparently, this is like where you want to be in Austin, and she gets this spot because of the crash. Everybody's moved out, not doing well. So now she gets some prime real estate.
Yes, and the $700,000 in the bank guaranteed help that.
Yes, yeah.
Keeping money in the bank for opportunities.
So at a time when every other business was leaving retail, leaving Austin, pulling back, she is moving in, and she starts her first brick and mortar store.
Just wow. Because she was doing all online?
It was all wholesale.
Oh, it was wholesale.
So she's selling to a sales rep. They're selling to a boutique store owner. The store owner,
or like online shopping almost.
Yes, yeah. And then the store owners, so she's like very disconnected actually from her actual customer. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So she sets up what she calls a color bar, a space where women come in, they choose their own stones, choose their own metal, design their own piece of jewelry right there in the store. And when she launches this, like on her opening day, she has champagne for everyone and a muffin. She's like, she's so into the whole experience thing, which is cool because now everyone's into experience. And she like, yes, she was like original story. So the whole thing is built around the experience. She's terrified, but she has champagne and a muffin ready. So she's like, this can't hurt. And she doesn't know if anybody's coming. She opens up and there's a line around the block.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. And she does this she stays for 3 months and she does this color bar and she's just like,
it's like a pop-up.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So she's doing great. So she does this for 3 months. And then that same year she launches an e-commerce site. So her team builds the website from scratch. Before we had all these easy click and drop website stuff.
Amazon.
What? So this was kind of a feat because it doesn't sound like this was like a whole project and they're building it out from scratch.
Yeah.
From this point, she never goes back to being 100% wholesale. She's now selling directly to her customer.
Yeah, because she has an e-commerce website.
Yeah. So
nice. I'm sure surely she kept some wholesale.
She does. She kept some wholesale, but it was like up until the crash, it was 100% wholesale. So 25 years. So this is like jumps forward. So 25 years later into her business, she's 85% direct to customer. So she keeps the wholesale portion, but it's small.
Yeah, for like Dillard's or like Nordstrom.
Yeah. So at this point, she's 10 years into business. She's 36 years old. And this is the moment the business becomes what it was always supposed to be. This is the
so close.
Yes. So she said the recession was the greatest gift wrapped in a yellow bow.
There's hope for us.
Yes. But we don't need a recession, so thank you. Keep that one.
I don't feel like already there, but
Okay, so takeaways.
I mean, that was a great ending. She survived the recession.
She survived the recession.
She got $700,000. She went direct to consumer. She started an e-commerce website before anybody else.
So I guess my notes kind of end there because that's when things like kind of exploded when she went direct to customer. And then a couple years later, she had an investor. What are they called? The investment groups.
Capital.
Bought like private equity. Somebody. I need to find my notes.
They took it to the market and they allowed people to invest.
Only one person though, like invested, but it was like a huge investment. So they were able to open up more stores.
Yeah.
And she eventually got a second investor, Berkshire.
Okay.
Invested for another like minority stake, and at that point in like 2016 I believe it was, her company was valued at $1 billion when this happens.
And did she ever sell?
No, she didn't sell. She's majority owner. She still owns. She still owns majority of her company. So she did give away some equity, but for these investors to inject all this capital. So now she exploded. She's got, with the first investor, she opened like 75 stores. With the second one, she opened all these other ones. So she has over 100 actual stores with Kendra Scott Jewelry.
That's amazing.
She was CEO up until a couple years ago where she stepped down from being CEO. And now she's like just living the life, but she still works in the company. She's still designing, which is like so fun. She's like doing the fun parts.
And she's an artist. It sounds like she's an artist.
She is an artist.
Yeah.
And she even like talks about in her book how like people like to say like artists don't make good business women or business whatever. And she's like, I would have to disagree. Like,
I think they are really the bread and butter of business. Yeah.
So I love that because I feel like in my heart, I'm definitely an artist.
You are.
And I kind of got roped into the real estate thing because my brother and husband were doing that. And I saw some gaps in our company, some opportunities. So I kind of stepped in to fill those gaps, but it's like slightly drains my soul.
Yeah,
just a little bit. I lean towards the creative things, so I'm still doing my own creative side hustles.
She came up with the phone.
Oh yeah, I did. I did just do our
branding
for our podcast, and I think it was so fun. I love branding. I will rebrand like as many times as people allow me.
I feel that.
We're not gonna do that, but anyway, so there's so many takeaways from Kendra Scott, and I know we're not all trying to build $1 billion company. We're just like trying to support the family.
Right.
Are you trying to build $1 billion company?
I want $1 billion.
But
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Oh, no, I would never obviously, like, if that's where things go, love it, but that is not my goal in life, is to be a billionaire. I just want to live comfortably with my family. I wanna support other people. I think that would be yeah, so her story blew up, and I think there's some takeaways that we can grab from her story that do not mean we're gonna be billionaires, but, like, let's just take the next step.
Tell me what they are.
Okay, so first one, you don't need credentials, you need reps. Yeah, so that one really lands with me because she launched her PR company with no credentials, basically failed credentials, honestly.
You have me as a rep.
Let's go.
I'll sing your praises in every room.
But that's kind of like, people also don't want to hear that you need reps.
You need people on your side that believe in you.
Yeah. You need people on your side, but you also like kind of need the hard work. Like, even though she didn't, blow it out of the gates or the water, whatever the expression is, on the first time, like, she was doing the work, and she took away all this information she learned. She had got her MBA from her failed business.
Yes.
So that was the rep.
Yeah. That's the credentials.
That is the credentials.
Actually doing it. I know tons of people who went to college and got all these business degrees, and like they're still. I'm not saying anything wrong about people working at the grocery store, but I'm saying is you don't always need to go to college. You don't always need an MBA.
Yeah. Just fail a business.
Just fail a business.
Move on. Don't let it hold you down. The second one is, a skill that runs through everything is the same skill.
Yeah.
She walked into boutiques for the hat box. She sold ads at a magazine. She built the PR clients, walked into boutiques again with a tea box of jewelry. Every single chapter runs on the same ability: walking into the room, connecting with another human, handling the no, and coming back.
Yep.
Whatever the skill is for you, find it, because it will work in every business you try.
A skill is a skill.
A skill is a skill.
No matter where you take it.
Yeah. And then being able to handle the no. Yeah. Like, sometimes that can be painful hard. And like, whatever, be mad about it, cry about it, be embarrassed, and then get up and keep going.
Yes.
Telling myself that, not you.
I love a good no. Please tell me no.
Well, she also says that in her book, that like no motivated her when people were like, no, you can't do that. That was like her fuel. Like, yes, I can. I also note for anybody who cares that she's an Aries. Ooh. I think that's important.
Okay, my mother was an Aries, and we'll talk more about her one day, but yeah, I get it.
Like, she's a strong person. And yeah, I mean, aren't we all just trying to be stronger? Especially in business, you got to be strong.
You gotta be tough. I tell that to the girl that works for me all the time. Quit thinking as if you are you. Think as if you are the business. Respond as if you are the business. Be you. But if somebody's criticizing you, they're not criticizing you. They're just criticizing, and respond as if you are the most hospitable business you've ever seen in the world, and just say the most hospitable. But yes, you're right. I'm so sorry. We'll try to do better.
Yeah. Do better. And then just do it. The failure is not a detour, it is the path. We kind of touched on that. The hat box failed. The glitter company, or the glitter PR, was responsible for that, was the response to that failure. The jewelry was born during the glitter PR. The crash forced the color bar. Like, each kind of fail or whatever mishap pushed her into the next step, like the next era. That's bigger. Yep.
Yeah. Failure is super important.
Yep. So the building and the failing are the same thing. She said, like, fail forward.
Yes, I agree.
So
100%.
I like that. I know that's easier said than done, but basically it's fine. It's fine to feel embarrassed, to feel bad, feel sad. She cried, but then it was like, put a timer on yourself. Like, okay, then that's it.
Yeah, I feel like I've mastered the skill of failure, personally. It just doesn't bother me that much anymore.
I wish I could say the same. I'm still trying to get over my perfectionism.
You are a perfectionist, but it makes you an amazing artist. I do believe that. Yeah.
Thank you.
It does.
You're going to show me how to just like keep going, because we talk about this all the time. I'll like obsess over some small things, and you're like 10 steps ahead because you just went for it.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there are some things to be said about both sides. I think we need a little bit of both. I think there's no such thing as balance. Be you, do you, and find what works for you. But you're gonna fail at being a perfectionist, and you're gonna learn how to.
True. I'm gonna be pissed about it.
And you're gonna be pissed, and you're gonna figure it out, and you're gonna learn from it. And perfectionism will become your whatever projects you forward, because that'll be your failure. Hopefully not. I don't know if I said that the right way, but I think you got what I meant.
Yes, I got what you meant, but I'm gonna try not to fail.
Jill, it's okay though.
Okay, and the last point is one relationship can change everything. She got told by many investors, and it was the one woman, the banker, who related to her product, to the relationship she didn't even know that she had been building, that kept her company alive and was able to pivot and make it what it is today.
Yeah.
So the relationships are not separate from the business. They are the business.
Absolutely. And I think the first thing I'm going to do if we ever make money off of this podcast is go buy a piece of Kendra Scott jewelry.
I actually wanted to have a piece for this episode, but I just did not get it together enough. I was actually on her site several times looking, but there were so many beautiful pieces I couldn't decide which one.
What's your price point?
It's affordable.
Oh.
It's that's why.
So it's not like,
oh my gosh, I should have led with that. Are we still recording? So I should have led with that. Okay, I'm just gonna have to like stitch this episode together in randomness. So that's why she started this company, is the jewelry in the first place, is because there was expensive jewelry, the luxury stuff, and then there's really cheap stuff. And she saw the gap in the market that you couldn't buy decent stuff that wasn't crazy expensive. So that's what. So yes, her jewelry is exactly what I need to buy today.
Yeah, and a gap is super important. In business. If you can find a gap and a niche, you good.
And that's like part of the reason why she stuck it out all those years, because she believed in it. Her small team absolutely believed in it. They were like, even though all these different setbacks that they were having, they were like, but this is a good idea, that like we have a product people like, so keep going.
Yeah. I love it.
And that's it. So before we go, I want to leave you with this. It's from her book, and it's the line that I really, really love. Okay. Women are expected to be superheroes, to do it all, look good doing it, and assure everyone it was no problem, really. That narrative tears us apart and creates a false standard.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one thing that I felt like drew us together, is because we felt like there's like this like
underserved
like
group of people.
Yeah, because we are all expected to like have it together, have the home together, work and have that together, and
parent.
And like she's saying, and like
be a good wife,
be a good. I mean, we're all trying, but the narrative is that we're supposed to do all of this and like look good doing it, and that's just not really realistic.
You can still look good doing it.
You can still look good, but we can also be.
You can also
be not
my fun, okay?
We need to help each other out. Like, we're community.
Yes.
Like, I feel like the more we can get together, the less lonely this feels.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like we're all on our own and we're just like heads down. We're trying to hold things together. We're the glue of the family, really. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, well, I think I used to feel very isolated and alone in business, and because I ran my mom's business for almost 10 years by myself, very isolated. Nobody understood what I did. They just saw that I got paid and that I took care of my kids, and it was a really, 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 really sad time in my life.
Yeah.
But then I started my business and I built a community, and that changed everything for me. Like, every setback is like, who cares? This person just told me I was amazing. I don't care. I don't care if I just failed. Somebody's like, here, I have your back. Don't worry about it. Here's my deal. Like, that's what's this about community, is if you do feel like you are failing, you can always reach out to these people in your community who know you and know what you're going through, or maybe they've had similar experiences, and they can be like, actually, there's a solution to this. And I think that's the best part about community.
Moms, we got this.
We know somebody.
Yep. So find us on Instagram at We Are Fitty. We also have a website, We Are Fitty, that Faith made expertly. Looks incredible. So, I mean, find us. We'll find you. See you next time.
Okay. Bye.
I also want to note the resources that I got all of my information from. The main source was Kendra's book, Born to Shine. It was such a fun read. So many tips. It goes into a lot of her personal history, but we tried to kind of pull out the facts that were more related to business and the story of that. So if you want to get way more into her story and get into the details, you should definitely read her book, Born to Shine.